So I'm up in New Hampshire, beautiful New Hampshire. The sun is starting to set. So I just made it to this cemetery that I wanted to show you. Well, really a specific grave, not necessarily of a person, but a body part. A man's foot is buried here. The rest of his body, I believe, is buried in New York. Captain Samuel Jones was helping move a house in the 1800s, and I don't know what goes into that, but apparently he got his foot stuck in between the house that they were moving and a fence, and they had to amputate it. They tried to rescue him. They got him drunk, and by the time the doctors could look at it, it was too far gone, and they had to cut it off. And it's kind of I don't know if it still is anymore. I guess back then it was kind of a customary thing, or it was a belief, widely believed by people, that if you did not bury your body part, that it would almost like haunt you, in a sense of, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about that phantom pain when someone loses a leg or an arm or something. They can feel it. They feel a numbness, and that limb is not even there anymore. And I think that's where this stems from, this belief back then that it would be like a calling, or like it would still give you a pain, so you need to give it a proper burial. And that's what Samuel Jones did. So his foot is buried in this cemetery. Look at that. Captain Samuel Jones' leg, which was amputated 1804. That is strange. So there seems to be quite a few Samuel Jones, and even some multiple Captain Samuel Jones. But nevertheless, this Samuel Jones was born in New Hampshire in 1777. So if you want to do some research, that's the one you want to look for. He was living here in Washington, New Hampshire. I believe this happened when he was 26 or 27, at the time of the accident. According to what little information I could find, he did construction work, and he also owned a local tavern, which came in handy because after the accident, while waiting for the doctor to arrive, his friends got him liquored up to help pass the time and maybe help with the pain a little bit. I'm not sure what these are. I mean, I guess they were old crypts, but looks like it's just storage now. There's just fences in there. I don't know. But these are very old, obviously, so. And they're just, held shut with rocks, so. They're not used anymore, but definitely old. Storage areas or something in there. Look at these rocks. Look how they were made, or how this was made. This gimbal is terrible. Sorry about this. Crazy. And there's also an interesting story about his gravestone being stolen by local college students, and then it was eventually found in a dorm room, and then it was returned to the local police. I guess it was cemented or secured in a better way into the ground here, where it has remained ever since. And as far as the rest of his body, I have read that it could be in Boston, it could be in Rhode Island. I've even read that it was in New York, either the Bronx or possibly Brooklyn. I don't think anybody really knows, unfortunately. I think, these old stories, these old situations, a lot of times the information is just lost to time. metal markers, which I have not seen a lot of at all. 1847. I'd be willing to bet money that for the local people that live around here, there's probably folklore campfire stories that go around for decades now. Probably there has to be, because it's such an oddity. This isn't the only one, by the way. I've definitely read about people burying their limbs back then. If they even survived, obviously, back then in the 1800s, especially early 1800s, you know, if you lost a limb, the chances of you surviving probably weren't great. But he certainly survived after some serious agony, I'm sure. I guess you could say he's not all there. That was a good one. So just a quick video, starting a little adventure going into New Hampshire and Maine, and possibly back down into Massachusetts area, this area here. So expect some interesting videos. I'm going to try to put out a video every day on this second channel. So coming from Washington, New Hampshire, stay tuned. More to come. See you in the next video.